Previously on Ready to Die.
The truth is, you don't have anything to give that you don't have. So you have to keep your own self full. That's your job.
It's not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for...
What's up, me and more gang? This is episode 2 of my visual diary. This visual diary entry will cover all the aspects on how I choose to take care of me, as far as maintenance, pampering, self-care, romanticizing my life. It's all about me. Putting me first, doing whatever it is that I like to do, whatever brings me happiness on each particular day. And let me just say this, taking care of me is not always a physical appearance. It's internal, spiritually, physically, emotionally, all of those things. Not just the flashy stuff, the nails, the hair. That's mainly maintenance. Those are two different things, and sometimes I think we get it confused because I have gotten it confused.
Your real work is to figure out where your power base is and to work on the alignment of your personality, your gifts that you have to give, with the real reason why you're here. That's the number one thing you have to do, is to work on yourself and to fill yourself up and keep your cup full. Keep yourself full. Now, I used to be afraid of that. I used to be afraid, particularly from people who say, oh, she's so full of herself. She's so full of herself. And now I embrace it. I consider it a compliment that I am full of myself. Because only when you're full, I'm overflowing, my cup runneth over. I have so much to offer and so much to give. And I am not afraid of honoring myself, you know.
And with that being said, I feel like I should just honor myself. You should honor yourself on a regular, on a daily basis. And yeah, it may come off selfish, but I don't feel like, for me personally, I feel like when I'm choosing me and putting myself first, I don't feel like that's being selfish. I'm choosing me. I feel like when I'm taking care of me and choosing me, I will be able to work at a full capacity to be able to give to others. I can't give nothing if I don't have it.
Over the course of the last few years, a term, self-care, has become somewhat of a cultural buzzword. When you turn your phone off and go on to do not disturb, you say you're practicing self-care. Really, you're just antisocial, but and a little mean. Many of us have been encouraged to invest in ourselves and to spend time doing the things that we enjoy most. And so you started reading books, you go hiking, you get your manicure and your massage. Most importantly, we've learned to start having boundaries, and we've learned that no is a complete sentence. How many people have been practicing saying no to some people? That there was a time when you had approval addiction, and so you would do anything. You would go to great lengths to say yes to anybody and to make them happy and to keep them in your life. But now you've gotten to a certain point where you just like, no, nah. Slide your feet back. I want to come down your row. Because I've learned that the best form of self-care is self-control. Are y'all with me? I've learned that the best form of self-care is self-control. This means that the most important no you will ever give in your life is not to them, but it's to yourself. Look at your neighbor, say, know yourself. Look at somebody else, tell them, know yourself. I want to suggest during our time together today that while you have perfected the art of saying no externally, many of us are sinking or merely surviving in life because we have not learned and grasped the importance of saying no internally. What good is it being able to say no to them, but not being able to say no to you? Say amen or say ouch. When I preach it's sort of the same thing. You learn to say no to them, but you have not learned to say no to yourself. And here's why that's dangerous, because you think they're wasting your time. No, your inability to say no and to enforce your standards upon the relationship is what's wasting your time.
It's so crazy that I'm sitting here 32 and just really getting the full understanding of self-care and not just thinking it is, hair and nails. Like, it's so many forms self-care can come in, and when you start doing the actual work and doing that deep internal work, that's when you can start to see a change, a difference. Your whole perspective on life and yourself will change. But when he mentioned having to say no to others and having to say no to yourself, having to say no to yourself, I feel like it's a little harder than having to say no to other people, because you are in control of yourself. Like, if I done told myself, yeah, Bianca, you're not eating out this week, and Rob has a restaurant that I want to eat at, one thing about me, I'ma eat. But I also know that I'm not being serious with myself. And with that being said, that means I should just start planning out my meals for the week, doing meal prepping, having some type of plan. Because if it get too late or if I get too tired, I'm just going to choose the quickest, easiest thing that I can do, which is going to go buy me something to eat.
This room unless you're just here for the trip down the relay.
Oh, Lord have mercy. That day drained me.
I just was being very transparent with that example on how some ways I'm not able to say no to myself. It's also different areas in my life where I'm still not able to say no to myself. And if we can go a little deeper, that's just like, I have been single for some time now, and I just come in contact with this guy that I know a little bit about, but I really don't know too much about. And I start to, entertain him a little bit, and he showed me a couple red flags, and I continue to still talk to him, even though I have my own standards and I have my own deal breakers, but instead I still choose to continue to talk to him. And when I end up getting hurt in the end, who's to blame? Me or him? Of course both of us, but I will blame myself because I allow myself to dismiss the red flags that he showed me. Saying no to yourself is only going to help you out in the long run. And let's definitely not dismiss saying no to others, having boundaries, because that's also something that I have struggled with, and I still struggle with saying no to others, because I have been doing it for so long, and it's kind of like a hard transition for me to be like, no, I can't do it. But once again, like I said earlier in the video, if I don't have nothing to give myself, how can I have something to give to you or to others?
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
There's always going to be another voice trying to convince you to not go after the healing that you need. There's always going to be another voice that tries to convince you that it's not going to work out the way that you want it to. But I came here to prophesy to somebody that voice that has been haunting you and taunting you and tormenting you, and I believe this for somebody, I don't know who you are, that's not even the voice that you own. That's a generational voice that talks your mother out of some things and talks your sister out of some things. But I hear God saying that voice is going to stop talking with you, that when you kill that voice, that it will be the last time it ever takes stage in your life ever again. Because I want to talk to some women who want to kill some things so that their daughters never have to do it again. I want to talk to some women who know what it's like to be crying themselves to sleep at night, but who have decided these will be the only tears that women cry who are connected to me. Because when I break this thing off of me, it's going to break off of everything connected to me. I came to remind you that little girl is still down on the inside of you, and God has kept you here because there is a purpose attached to her name. I'm here for the little girl who lost her dreams. I'm here for the little girl who thought it could never be her. We're silencing the voices. No more talking me out of who God has called me to be. No more convincing me that I don't have the power to do it. You're telling me to give up, it makes me go stronger. You're telling me to back down, it makes me worship even more. Because I believe in a healer. You can tell me she's dead, that's good. He's got resurrecting power. You can tell me it's over, that's all right. Because he starts things all over again. He makes all things new. God, I prophesy over every woman who has a voice that haunts her and taunts her and convinces her that she doesn't have it, that voice is being sent to hell where it came from. God, we just bought a first-class ticket for hell, for every insecurity, for every fear, for every weapon that we formed with our own mistakes and past. We're sending it back where it came from, because I realize that if God killed something, it's only because he had something better, or because he's going to bring it back to life. I hope that really gets down in your spirit in a way that changes the way you see no's. Because when you see a no properly, you don't grieve no's. You celebrate no's. Because you realize I was either thinking too low, or you have something better that you want to give me from a different resource. So I celebrate when I get a no, because I'm one step closer to the yes that you have attached to my name.
What a word. All I can say, a word. I was sharing that little clip of a sermon because my spiritual journey is also a part of taking care of me. Over the years, I have learned I can't do none of the stuff or complete half of the stuff that I have done without God. He have showed up, showed out, and made ways for me that I couldn't even think that I could achieve or accomplish, even when I don't deserve it. But he's still God. I'm still learning, I'm still growing every day to strengthen my relationship with him. Above everything else, on this series, my spiritual journey is the most important thing that I'll strive to grow in, get better with, and live that lifestyle so I can be better for me and my daughter. It's definitely a lifestyle. It's about you making the intentional decision to serve God, to walk with God, to trust God, and be a willing participant to serve him and give him the chance to renew your mind. one of the best decisions I have ever made for myself.
Take me to your side, delusionally strong.
I have also realized that this video just wasn't about me. I hope this video was helpful, inspiring, motivational. I hope you can take some of this and encourage yourself, motivate yourself to be the best woman that you could possibly be. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please feel free to comment, like, and please don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you in the next episode of My Visual Diaries. Love you guys. Goodbye.